Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. We have a team coming into this game in hope of joining the ranks of the select few teams that have finished the regular season undefeated. Let's see if they can keep that dream alive with a win here in this one. It's the Ravens going up against the Seahawks. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. They get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they've handled all covers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The 3rd Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. So Wilson heads for the sidelines. And all eyes now on the backup quarterback as he'll duck under center. And that is incomplete.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
That's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, though, probably going forward, bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well. And he's got it.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the big meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
They're going to look to throw. He stiff arms it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. So a first quarter sack, and remember, keep in mind he had 2 sacks in last week's game.
And it's always intriguing to me to watch these great pass rushers because some of them, they need their teammates to scheme for them. Maybe occupy people and make it a one-on-one matchup. Other guys, they just defeat everything in front of them. To get 2 sacks in a game, it's a little bit of both for you.
Shift together here from the D-line. On second down, here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
It's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
The punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right at the 35. Nifty footwork at the 45. And there he goes again. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll come up now with the clock showing 3 seconds to go here in the first. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 1 quarter down here on a frigid December night. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Going to give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Fights him off. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Second down, 9 yards to go.
Detroit! 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 All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Over.
Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Contact. He is knocked down hard. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Smash mouth football right here on first down. Give it to your fullback, let him bull his way in. But the defense said, and they stone him in the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. And this one might be going the other way.
Receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They run again with Carson. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got some space here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be fourth down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner.
Green 39! Green 39!
And he'll give it here to his running back. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
Here we go! Green 39! Green!
They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one It winds up getting picked off.
As Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
On second down, Wilson. Throwing over the middle. It's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Here's Wilson to throw on third down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Now back to throw. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Caught right side at Snead. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Six yards here to go for the offense on second down. Back to throw again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. He'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. interception. Here's Wilson. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go! Back to the NFL, here we go!
They'll throw now on the final play. Now he steps away. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you cross-country to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando with our halftime report. Here's Larry Ridley.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Seahawks trail at home at halftime. The Ravens have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Third down from inside the 10. Middle of the field, the pass will be caught. And it capped off the 9-play drive with a TD. The Ravens up by a touchdown. Ravens with the ball early in the second. The connection will be made from the gun. And he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 12-yard line. Continuing on the drive, the pass will be completed into coverage. And he capped off the long drive with a TD. As they move out in front, 14-0. Ravens take over late in the second. The hurry throw would be picked off. Seahawks defense gets off the field with the turnover. After the INT, offense comes out now. Wilson's going to complete the pass, and this play will go for 6.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down and got his man complete. A big play on third for the Ravens. 51 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on third and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
This is how offensive coordinators earn their money. He thought he was ahead of the curve after first down.
Got 7 yards first down play, but then you get stuffed there on second down, maybe just a yard out of it. Now your advantage is evaporated. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That one goes for 24 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And a big hit at the end of that one. He's knocked out hard. 12 more yards there and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to fire one deep over, and this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return up past the 30, but was it aided by an illegal block or a hold? Let's see. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So it'll be first down here after the run. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Wilson, and some room to work. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is leveled. Knocked down hard right around the 26. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down at 15. Now it's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. There he goes left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tennessee offense making their way out onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed and, more importantly, perhaps that first-round bye.
But they have to clinch it, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the key, right? So, in a sense, the playoffs have started. They've got to go ahead and get this thing done. Otherwise, it's a different road, and you really don't want to be at the mercy of other teams and their results.
On first down, Wilson. And he's got room. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. And now here come the Ravens. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down right at the 45. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest-Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Tucker now to add the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, here's Wilson. Room here to run. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a third down. The Seahawks on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch left, watch left, watch left.
Now it's Wilson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
The Seahawks send out their punter. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this one's high, but not very far. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Wilson now to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And his kick is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Off play action. Ashley. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to throw. Ashley. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Ravens are going to have a first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Come on, let's go. 38.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.